Hey guys, what's going on? It's Russ again from Historic Coins and Collectibles of eBay fame. I'm gonna do a quick little video here. I'm just gonna pick 50 wheat cents at random. This is just a big box. I did clean my table off the other day and there was like regular change. So it is contaminated, you know, but I have buckets of this stuff. And if anybody ever wants an unsearched roll, like I can do legit unsearched rolls, or I can put together a roll that's more exciting than an unsearched roll, because let's be honest, you know, real unsearched rolls usually aren't exciting. I mean, if you get a roll that's like all 50s and 40s, then you know you got screwed, because a real unsearched roll should, you know, it should represent the rarity of the coins relative to what's out there. You know, like there's going to be more that stayed in circulation, or that more got picked out of circulation of the older ones, obviously, like Captain Obvious. So you're going to have more 50s and 40s, but you should have a representation from the teens, 20s, and 30s in every roll, if it's a real unsearched roll. And if it shows up and it says 1945D on the roll, then it's probably not unsearched. It's actually happened to me before. But there were rolls that I bought for like $3 a roll, so, you know, I was like, whatever. But here we go. So I'm gonna go 50, just random. I'm not looking at them. And like I said, I've got some regular change in here. I'm an idiot, and I cleaned my table off. But let's see what we get. And I'll do a little political rant and rave while I do this. We got a 37D, is that what that says? Okay, 37. Freaking, you know what just dawned on me? There's a 50 something. I thought that they were letting the illegals in, you know, just to destroy the country. What is that, a 30? Yep. Like, I knew it was calculated, but I was thinking way too much into it. Like, I was thinking, like, that it was so much more in-depth than it really is. It's really, is that a 50? It's so obvious. It's, Joe Biden's letting in as many illegals as possible before the election so that they can vote for him. Like, it's so clear. Like I said, I threw some real change in here. I just cleaned my table off and I did like an arm right across, like an idiot. So I contaminated this box. That one's not going to count because we're not 40 something. What is that? 40? But yeah, he's letting in as many illegals as possible so that they could vote for him. It's like, how freaking obvious can it get? You know, it's usually the most obvious answer is the right one. And you know how we've, you know, not we, but how it's been allowed to go this far is like, it's just beyond me, you know? I mean, he's committed no fewer than a dozen impeachable offenses. Just thought, you know, selling our strategic oil reserve to China. And he only did that, and that was in 1919. He only did that so that his stats would be better. You know, I don't know the intelligent way to explain it, but he did that right before the numbers were coming out, the economic numbers, and they lifted the numbers up so they were better. They manipulated the numbers because, you know, he sold a shitload of oil in a very short period of time. But, you know, the strategic oil reserve, I mean, it's in the name. You don't sell it to your number one enemy, so your freaking stats are better. Like, what is... These politicians, they're not serving the country. But it's even... Like, he can't walk, talk, and he's just mentally, he's not fit. And it's... I mean, even leftists are admitting that he's mentally unfit. So what are we doing? Like, let's quit the games. Let's quit the bipartisanship. And let's do what's right for the country. Like, left, right, I don't care who you are. Put the freaking country before your little political games. For your little vendettas. The only time they can get bipartisan is to pass a massive spending bill that is spent on a foreign country, that's spent to keep a war going, war that we instigated. Two wars, yeah, how about that? 2 wars. We can fund 2 wars. We can put illegal aliens in freaking hotels, give them debit cards, right? We can do all that. Can't give people health care. You know, we've got roads and bridges that are way past their life expectancy. You know, we can't take care of all that because we don't have the money. But, you know, if they need funding for a war, they'll stay till 5 a.m. in the morning to get that done in a bipartisan way. It's like, you know, after this next election, you know, after Trump wins, does his last term, like, we gotta come together and, like, have some sort of an agreement. You know, put the fucking division to the side and let's, you know, do what's right for the country. You know, everybody's gonna have to sacrifice. You know, they made abortion a big issue right before the midterms. The Republicans did, right before the midterms. And you know what, I just figured out, they did that intentionally to harm the Trump-backed Republican candidates in swing states, which worked. They all lost. And, you know, when you put abortion on the ballot, pro-choice people come out to vote. It doesn't drive pro-life people to vote. That's just a fact. So why Republicans would put that on the ballot for the midterms? But you saw what happened after the midterms. They said, well, you know, everybody associated with Donald Trump didn't win. You know, it's no longer the Trump's party. And I lost count. I don't know. I gotta be getting close to 50 here, no? But it's like, what the fuck, man? We gotta start coming together, left and right, and just do what's right for the country. You know, find some middle ground somewhere. You know, conservatives are gonna have to give on some issues probably that they really don't want to give on. But, you know, make an agreement. Lefties, quit fucking with the guns. Because we're gonna need those. We are absolutely gonna need those. I'm telling you right now. If they stop fucking with the guns, then, you know, maybe stop fucking with abortion, or put it, you know, restrict it to like the first term, or I don't know. It's not my specialty. I'm just saying. These are the 2 main issues that they use to divide us. And we got to come together in some way, shape, or form on them and find a middle ground. Because they're bullshit issues. They're not taking either one of them. You're not going to be able to ban abortion completely. It's not going to happen. It's like a pipe dream. And they would love to take the guns. Don't get me wrong. They will absolutely do their best to take the guns. They'll stand on the grave of every child who's ever been shot to take the guns. Is that 1919? I'll tell you what, I've never found a 1909 in any of these. I'm just telling you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34, 35, 36, 38, 39, 10 more. Yeah, so, I mean, it's just never going to happen. Abortion's never going to get banned. So, let's go back to what it used to be. Safe, legal, and rare. You know, you push these lefties, and they get so irrational. Like, right up until birth, really? I think that's a little extreme. Like, are you that bad at planning stuff? You gotta wait till right before birth? This is a weedy. Yeah, like, are you that bad at scheduling? You gotta wait till the day before? Like, I don't know. Listen, I don't have all the answers. They've divided us under bullshit, you know, circumstances. Is that a 1919S? Looks like it. Under bullshit pretenses, they've divided us. And we gotta come together as Americans before we lose our country for good. And then, you know, everybody will own nothing and be happy and we'll be eating worms and all that bullshit that all these idiots want us to embrace. Is that a wheat error too? Looks like it, right? Or is it just a dirty wheat scent? Okay, what do we got? I'll end it here on the 26th. That's a good one to end on. Like I said, I didn't freaking, you know, I didn't stage this or anything. I don't even remember if that was a good lot. But, you know, that was random. I can do random ones for you, or I can put ones together that are all teens and 20s, or all teens, all 20s, all 30s. Just message me, let me know what you want, and we'll work something out. But I'll end it here. You know, that's my rant for the day. I've also got a bunch of these 80s and 70s cards, football, baseball. You know, I sold a whole bunch of these already. I sold them by the box. I had 75 boxes. You know, I'm down to 2 or 3 boxes of the 70s and 80s, and then I got like 3 or 4 boxes of a mix of the newer stuff. But if you're into that stuff, hit me up. I got plenty of that too. I don't look up how much they're worth. I'm just not interested in doing it. Like, I started to do that in the beginning, and it's not worth it. So, I'll end it here. Thank you guys. Later.